Well, welcome to my personal hell. This is the College Sports Crew. I'm Chris. You can find me on Twitter at CFP Taco 7. I don't have that happy voice in me right now. Man, what a game, Pops.
It was a game by far. It wasn't what I expected. There was fundamental mistakes on both sides, on coaching sides. And there at the end, I really thought the mismanagement, the clock management of Ole Miss was going to end up biting them in the ass. But you know, you know, God, I mean, Georgia like never really adjusted. I mean, Ole Miss lived in 11 personnel. They what I saw was they forced Georgia to declare the coverage pre-snap, and so and there was nothing to try to mess up communication or anything with that offensive line with Georgia, and we got Grant Berry over there. Chambliss played a hell of a game.
That's where it starts for me.
Damn right there. Hats off to Chambliss, and I'm going to tell you right now, Miami did not prepare for Chambliss, and they didn't think he was going to be there, and they better catch up real fast. Real fast, because I we'll get to this towards the end, but yeah, let me say this. First off, like, I'll take my Georgia hat off. Cool ass story by Ole Miss. Like, the shit that they've had to deal with since Lane Kiffin left, the Lane Kiffin departure, the way he left, the noise you had to hear from talking heads, including myself, where I thought this was a game that not having Lane Kiffin would hurt you, to come out and to beat this Georgia team that most people were picking as your national champion, myself included, that were playing their best ball. Like, hats off to them to block out the noise of half your coaching staff is leaving as soon as the playoffs is over. They're tampering with you with inside the walls, according to Ross Dellinger at Sports Illustrated or Yahoo Sports. Like, just kudos to Ole Miss, man. Like, huge hat tip. I'm gonna be rooting for them boys, Coach. Oh, you know what? That they're the SEC team right now, so kind of have to. But you know what? I tell you what. To be honest with you, they earned it. Man, they went tempo. Georgia wanted to play quarters and match the rally and match and rally. Ole Miss was like, that's cool. That's cool. We'll do we'll conflict. We'll play linebacker, conflict your linebackers all night. And dude, that's what they did. And they put that Mike linebacker in a no win decision the whole night. Like it was, they did glance RPO stuffs behind the linebacker. Then the tight end pop route. I mean, Luke Haas. So Luke Haas came from the University of Arkansas. That one play where I saw him come in, I got my guy sitting over here beside me in the house watching the game. I said, "Watch out, Haas is going to be the target." The dude's got hands. I mean, bro, when I tell you he's got hands, he's probably the best receiver on that team, and not been played much because of injury. They utilized the weapons they had, and they utilized weapons that Georgia may not have been looking for, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and Grant Berry in the comments, do y'all think they can compete with Indiana? Maybe I'm a prisoner of the moment, but if Trinidad Chambliss plays like that, I think they can compete with anybody. I think the four teams that are left, which is Oregon, Indiana, Miami, Ole Miss, I think all four of them could win.
But you know what, Grant Berry? Here's what I'm going to tell you. Ole Miss just proved it. It's hard as hell to beat a team twice. And Indiana's got to play Oregon. And I'm telling you right now, I picked Oregon from the get-go. I picked Oregon and Georgia. Georgia's out right now, but I'm telling you, Oregon people I'm not saying they blanked Texas Tech today. I don't think they scored, right? Am I correct on that?
I don't think they scored.
Yeah. So you know what? Before you get ahead of yourself, Grant, Indiana needs to beat Oregon, and I'm telling you, that's a tougher route than people are thinking about, big guy.
Yeah, I really thought I said all day today on our TikTok lives. I get asked 1,000 times score predictions. and I said I really thought Georgia was going to win like 31-20 is what I said on TikTok. Couldn't have been more wrong. Man, I could not have been more wrong.
Dude, you know what? You know what scared me at this whole deal is the defensive ends for you got for Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, they stayed square the whole time, man. They never did any squeezing, and then they were getting their ass beat on the edge. Like
Yeah.
Georgia does not get beat on the edge. I mean, every damn thing they ran outside, they got 5 or 6 yards. I mean, that's the part I can't believe. That's not Georgia ball.
Well, I said on all our TikTok lives, on every YouTube show we do on this channel, the biggest question to me was, did Georgia's defense improvement, was it legit or was it not? Because, you know, you had the Ole Miss game earlier in the season where they gave up a gazillion yards and all these points and secondary looked bad. And then you had the Tennessee game where they gave up 40-plus points. They had a couple of games where they just gave up a crap ton of points. And then things started to turn after the Ole Miss game. Nobody scored more than 21. But you wasn't facing really many great offenses. I think it was Texas. It was Georgia Tech. It was Mississippi State, which had an eye offense. And so my biggest question coming to this game, I was like, is Georgia's defense, you know, back to what they old Georgia defense? And quite frankly, I saw the Georgia defense from earlier this year. There was no pass rush. Chambliss, I mean, he got pressured a couple of times, but Chambliss had I mean, he just had all day, coach.
Yeah, he did. You know, he did, and you know, and they ran. From what I saw, it was a 6-man protection most of the time there. You know, with the running back check release and slide, but they were really good at slide protecting away from Georgia's best pass rusher, and then hitting that running back check release or whatever. But you know, I tell you what, honestly, when y'all tied the game up, I was literally sitting there going, why hasn't Georgia been running tempo all night on offense? Dude, Ole Miss didn't have an answer for it, period. Like,
they did it at the beginning and then quit.
They quit. And you hit me on the message going, this is Kirby Smart right here. It's like they got conservative, they got whatever. But man, Georgia was a different team when they went up tempo. You know, and that's what Ole Miss did. They went up tempo certain spots during the game, and they went fast pretty much all game, but they really went up tempo at certain times to throw you guys off. And Georgia played that game right there, I think we'd be talking a little bit different right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So
it's I'm not gonna lie, I'm shocked. I really expected I'm gonna have to eat it. I'm gonna have to eat it because I'm gonna have to get on TikTok. I'm gonna get on TikTok live after this show. I wasn't going to, but I've been saying it all day that Georgia was gonna win. I thought Georgia was gonna win by more than 10 and cover the spread. And so I'm gonna have to eat it. But man, hats off to Ole Miss though. I mean,
you know what? You have to, you know, because you know, Ole Miss, let's be real, they're not known for their offense. I mean, Jesus Christ, Arkansas should have beat them early this year. They knocked out the starter. Chambliss came into that game right there. But you know, but what they did do was they made Georgia settle. You know, they made them settle for the longer developing, you know, plays, the concepts there. And like you said, the first of the game, and then I saw it when they tied the game, when they were going up tempo, you know, and getting Branch involved. That's a totally different team. And Ole Miss had no answer for it. And I mean, I saw it sitting in Hillsboro, Oregon. I don't know what the offensive staff over there sitting in New Orleans, what they saw, but apparently they saw something different than what I saw.
Yeah. It's crazy. But no, yeah, and then man, I ain't gonna lie, that face mask.
Oh, yeah.
How do you miss that?
Yeah, dude, you got lucky. Georgia got lucky on that, and then the kid came back, made a great play, the next play right there. But I mean, just looking at it from a coaching standpoint, you know what, Ole Miss dictated tempo. They created linebacker conflict all night. They stayed clean in protection, you know, because y'all did not get a pass rush on him whatsoever. And I'm looking right here, they allowed no sacks. Georgia allowed 2. You know what? They executed situational football perfect until that halftime there, but that's coaches jacking up clock management right there on
Yeah.
them. And then Georgia, they couldn't get off the field on the early downs. They could not get off the field. They let Ole Miss play ahead of the sticks, all the time there. And their disguise packages, from what I saw, they got neutralized. They didn't even, they wasn't fooling Ole Miss, and then they never changed any things right there. And you know what? They didn't try to put Ole Miss in obvious passing down, but it didn't really matter because Ole Miss was throwing whenever they wanted to anyway. And then Lacey, he made some key runs. And like I said, they'd never set the edge. And that just, damn, that's not Georgia football.
Yeah, I was let's see. Yeah, we had to block somebody.
I saw that, but you know what? You've been telling the truth on this podcast.
Yeah, he's from Twitter apparently. He's being a ding dong. But yeah, no, I mean, all credit to Ole Miss. They killed it, man. And I'm gonna be rooting for him. I'm rooting for Ole Miss to win the national championship. I am I'm rooting for him. I think but Chambliss is such a cool story. Pete Golden is such a cool story. The whole thing has been just super cool. Like everything.
You know what? There are a couple things out of this. If they stay in that 6-man protection, it's going to be hard as hell for Miami to get that pass rush on Chambliss. And Chambliss has proven he don't need but a little bit of window. And also too, I got to say this because this is just hilarious to me. Is LSU is paying Lane Kiffin for this win? Like, what the hell? Like, LSU, I love you guys, but y'all are some dumbasses, just straight dumbasses.
Listen, I got a lot of hate on TikTok the other day. I posted an article from Ross Dellinger. I think he works at Yahoo Sports. Well, anyway, he did an article. Apparently, I think you've seen it, Coach Pops. He was supposed to come to the game today, and he decided not to, which thankfully he didn't.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Thankfully he didn't. But apparently, in that article, we know tampering's going on, blah blah blah.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But apparently, the coaches that are at Ole Miss right now that are going to LSU are tampering while getting ready for the playoffs. And it's in that article. I'll send you the link after. So that was one of the main factors I picked Georgia, because I was reading that article and like a Ole Miss source was telling Ross Dellinger, like, hey, like we have tampering going on within our walls, within our own walls. We have coaches that are coaching for the playoffs here that are going to LSU and actively trying to steal players. And then on top of that, it got so bad. This is according to Ross Dellinger, and he's one of the best journalists in America. He put in the article also, according to sources, that it got so bad and toxic within those walls with the LSU people and the others that they're thinking those guys are not coaching after this.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. And hey, I got to give people, I'm going to give my guys out here, man. Hey, if you're listening out here, Chris has been honest about what happened right here.
Yeah.
And you know what? Hey, Ohio State lost, Georgia lost right here. And you know what? I mean, and you know what? Hey, you're my guy, Chris, but I'm going to tell you right now, Ole Miss out schemed y'all. They out tempo. They out executed Georgia, and you can't run from that, and you ain't trying to run from that. So all you guys out there that are trying to say this crap about my guy Chris over here, shut your ass up and listen to what the man's saying, because he ain't running from nothing. So and that's the truth. So I mean, but that's the truth about what happened. You can't run from what happened on the field. Everybody, viewers, but everybody saw it, and it was like I said, hats off to Ole Miss. It was a good win for them, and
it was a good win. I mean, yeah, it's it's on to and I didn't go to the message board on purpose because I know they're probably melting down right now. But I did get a text from somebody that said that they're wanting to fire everybody. I'll say this to Georgia fans: win an SEC championship, got to the playoffs. That's cool. And you know what? It is what it is. We'll jump on to next year. Let's go. Let's go
You,
get.
you know what? If national championships were that easy to win, I
Yeah.
mean, all the top 5 coaches, top 10 coaches would have 3 of them right now. Hey, that's why you play the damn games. You know what? And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Indiana is watch this game is like, and I bet your ass Signetti's like, take notes, boys. It's hard to beat a team twice. And you know what? Trinidad Chambliss.
Oh,
I mean, you can't say enough about the kid. You can't. I mean, that one play where he ran outside and he threw that damn corner, that 7 route on a dime. I mean, an absolute dime. Dude, that's an NFL throw all day long, every day.
He's awesome.
And that's what it took to beat it, because your guy was there. Your guy was in coverage. They were there. To me, the thing that I saw, just the runs, the way they were able to run the ball. That's what got me, because the running part of it is what opened up the pass. It made it more easy for Chambliss to hit his guys in stride.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, it was. I can't wait. So which game are y'all most excited to watch next? Oh, I ain't gonna lie, Pops. I'm excited to watch Miami and Ole Miss now. I mean, we already seen Oregon, Indiana. I mean, I don't mind seeing it again, but I'm excited. Ole Miss Miami is gonna be fun.
You know what? The Miami Ole Miss is going to be fun, except if Miami wins, then we got to hear Danny Cannell. But I'm still that Oregon Indiana, because to me, y'all call me crazy, call me kooky, but Oregon is like Ohio State last year.
Yeah,
no one was talking about them, and and I brought up, and I'm going to tell you right now. Indiana, they better disguise some plays to because number 4 has his side of the field locked down over there. Finney has he has that side locked down. So there's some concepts and some plays you can run to help out with that. But that's going to be a very good game. Very good game.
Yeah. I think this is a comment from our guy. If I want to remember correctly, it's F150 on TikTok. Well. I think he's a Bama fan, but yeah, I was wrong, man. I was wrong. I was so off on this game.
Well, you know what? That's why we play the games. That's why we play them. And so who we got now? Oregon, Indiana, and then Miami, Ole Miss.
Holy shit! You know what I just thought about? Are we? Let me think, John. None of those teams have won national championships before, have they?
Miami has.
Okay, Miami has. That's right. Back
Miami
in the 90s.
has.
In the 80s.
Miami. Oh yeah, they Snellenberger was there.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson was there.
And all them.
Yeah.
But we had 3 teams, I think. Ole Miss, I don't think's won one. At least if they did, it was before Jesus was born.
Yeah, it was before Archie Manning was there. I guarantee you that. So
yeah, and Indiana, we obviously that's never.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oregon,
Miss, I don't think Oregon got to the championship game with against Auburn.
Yeah,
and Michael Dyer had the run that sealed that deal on that game for him.
He said Oregon did, but no, I don't. I'm pretty sure Oregon has never won one.
Well,
I'm positive they haven't.
If it did, it was a while back when, but the last time I remember was the last time I remember. We see Indiana did in 47. Is what he says.
That shit.
That was after the Great War.
Yeah. Pops was just turning into a teenager.
I was a wee teenager at that time. Lord.
Oh man. So all right, well, it's set, man. It's let's get. What did you think? We talked pre-show about Georgia and the play calling.
Oh man, there was some of that right there that was just questionable to me. Like some of the run calls that they ran, and you know what? And also too, Stockton could have done a lot better checking down into some plays, because man, there was some plays that they had the tight end. It's like they never utilized their tight end, and I think Ole Miss recognized that and didn't recover. There was a couple of plays that the Georgia's tight end was open. He could have went and he looked to the opposite side of the field. Hell, there was one play Branch was jumping up and down, like throw me the damn ball.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just I don't know. What? With that being said, though, Stockton took some shots, but Stockton laid his ass out there too. Like that one time where he jumped up and hit the guy in stride. I mean, I watched his soul leave his body when he got hit right there, and he got up. I mean, he. At the end of the day, I can say this. Chambliss, he played his heart out. Stockton played his heart out, and he laid there. He left everything on that field. And you know what? At the end of the day, that's what it's about. It was a great game. Out of all the games we watched today, I put hands down. This is the best game we have here. And I don't know what Georgia Johnson over there saying cheaters never prosper, but hey, that was a fair game. Line up. It was good on good. And you know what? Ole Miss beat Georgia today. They got out coached, they got out schemed, they got out tempoed, they got out everything, out pointed the whole 9 yards. That's all you can say about this win right here. It was a good win for Ole Miss, and hats off. I tip my hat, and I'm not going to take away from them.
No, not at all. You got it. That's all you can do is tip your hat. Hat off to them, and at Georgia fans, you just gotta move on, and we'll try again next year. At the end of the day, as long as Kirby Smart's your head coach, you're always going to be in the thick of things, and enjoy it and enjoy this, because this is enjoy it. It won't last forever. Every team left in the CFP has a Saban tree coach, yet Alabama doesn't have one. Make sense. Yeah, Coach Cincinnati was on Saban's staff as a wide receiver coach. Dan Lannon was a grad assistant / something on staff.
And he came from Kirby Smart, who came from
Mario coached on Saban's staff, and Pete Golden was Saban's DC. So all four of them.
Man, what's that tell you about Saban?
The goat.
What does that tell you about Saban?
Effing goat.
That's the damn goat right there, boys.
I will say, I'll push back a little bit. I personally think Dan Lannon is more of the Kirby tree, because I think at Alabama I don't think he was a position guy. I think he was more of like a analyst. I'm not sure. Somebody can correct me wrong, but either way, it don't matter. It's all just arguing. Yeah, just argue. But yeah, they're all from the Saban. They all came from Alabama, and
right.
Look, Saban's the GOAT, man. He is the GOAT.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. So I tell you what, there's some intriguing matchups on the night. I think it's January 9th, if I'm not mistaken there?
Yeah, January 8th and 9th, Thursday and Friday, I think.
Okay,
yeah,
8th and
Thursday,
9th.
Friday, because the NFL.
Right.
So, yeah, a little look ahead. What is your early lean in the Ole Miss Miami game? Because I think we already did the Oregon-Indiana, right?
Well, I'm not sure. We did. I told you what I thought there. Dude, I tell you right now, Ole Miss was 6-man protection. They got their running back out. If they can slow that pass rush down, and you know what? Here's the thing: Weiss ain't stupid, and he learned from Kiffin on this, and Kiffin is really good at this. They start bringing that pass rush. They're going to throw that middle screen. They're going to throw those tunnel screens. They're going to slow that pass rush down and do that. But you know what? Trinidad Chambliss showed to me, and if people forget, he's already won a national championship just on a lower level. So he knows what it takes to win. I tell you what, and Miami did not think they were going to have to scheme for this kid. So, you know what? I'm kind of leaning towards that Ole Miss. And hey, look, I know I'm an SEC guy, but you know what? Here's the thing. Trinidad Chambliss makes throws, and he made some NFL throws today. Carson Beck, every time he threw a deep pass, it just seemed like he was throwing it up there just to hoping for the best.
Yeah, throwing it, and then I said that in the group chat. It doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. It's just throwing it.
Yeah. So quarterback play, if it's down to quarterback play, Chambliss, I think, has got the heads up on that. And you know what? You got to stop that pass rush. And you know what? If that means put two big backs in there and do what you got to do, you got to do. And I don't think Ole Miss is seriously hurting for injuries right now. I don't think anybody's out that's gonna be key for them. So for me, I'm kind of leaning towards Ole Miss just because their quarterback plays better, and Georgia never got to Trinidad Chambliss. So let's see what they do. If they can do half of that, against Miami, I'm telling you, this might be the feel good story of the year right here.
Yeah, Listen, ESPN said we said it last night. ESPN had it. It ain't been officially out yet that I've seen, but they had Miami only favored 1.5.
Like I said, Chambliss gets rid of the ball quick. You know,
Yep.
he didn't. He did not take any. He didn't take any dumb plays. Hell,
Mm.
at the end there, he threw the ball out of bounds, out of bounds, out of bounds. He didn't care about stats. He cares about the win.
Nope.
And so that's, to me, that's what you have to worry about. You have to worry about that pass rush. And Ole Miss has proven they're going to score points.
Yeah.
And you know what? If they can score points, I'm not sure Miami can match them scoring points right now.
I don't think so either. I try not to be a prisoner of the moment. I just think Ole Miss's offense as a whole is built to neglect, or whatever word I'm looking for. Negate. I can't even think. I've had too much to drink. Negate Miami's pass rush. I think their offense is designed that way. Pops can correct me if I'm wrong. He's the coach, but
No, they use their running back for that quick pop for that very reason right there, man. And that's all you need to slow the pass rush down.
Yeah.
Just a little bit right there.
And I don't know that Miami's secondary is as good as. I don't think Miami's secondary is that great. So I think if Ole Miss can do what they do and not let the pass rush affect them, they can feast on that secondary. Now, on the flip side of that, now kudos to Ole Miss. I don't know, Pops can correct me or can tell me and tell us what they did. Ole Miss, Georgia was gashing the shit out of them at the beginning with the run game. And then it disappeared. I don't know if that's something Ole Miss did. Ole Miss all season long has been really bad at stopping the run. It's one of the reasons I picked Georgia. But kudos to them. I don't know if Pops, you can tell us if they did something different, but they kind of stopped it in the second half.
Yeah, no, Georgia stopped it themselves. They were going tempo, and tempo. Because there was no adjustments to be made. They couldn't make adjustments because y'all wasn't pulling people off the field, so they were stuck with what they had right there, and tempo. You know what? They're dependent on that play from the side. They're dependent on that read, and they don't on defense. They don't read as fast.
Yeah.
But it seemed like every time Georgia went tempo, especially when y'all tied the score, that you tied the score late in the game, that was all tempo, and they didn't have an answer, not one. So that's something right there. If I'm Miami, I'm looking at trying to go tempo. And if they get past Miami, I can tell you right now, and if Oregon gets past Indiana, Oregon's going to out tempo the hell out of their ass. I'm telling you, that's going to be that right there. So, but and with that being said, Indiana needs to be careful because, you know what, Ole Miss just proved it's hard to beat the same team twice.
Damn it. Well, all right, guys. It's been 27 minutes. I'm going to go to bed and cry myself to sleep.
And hey, before y'all go to bed, hey, we got a few viewers here because I know my boy Chris is hurting right now. But hey, you're watching College Sports Crew right here, man. Hey, if you're on X, look us up at College Crew. You know, hit that like button there, whatever it is on right there. But hey, do us a favor, please. If you enjoyed this, go to at College Sports Crew on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button because you know what, we enjoy it. Chris don't enjoy it right now, but in the morning he'd be like, it is what it is. And you don't hate on my guy because he's been honest about what happened tonight. He's been honest. He wasn't a homer. And so, hit that subscribe button because we love what we do and we want to keep bringing it to you guys. All right.
Yes, sir. Pops carried this show. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Y'all too, man. Have a good one, guys.